and thank you for tuning into the North Main Minute. I'm Joshua Doby. A really challenging part of our practice here at North Main Financial Group, unfortunately, is that we're dealing with folks regularly who are in various stages of going through separation and divorce. Now, I'm not here to talk about the counseling aspect of things. I'm really hyper-focusing on the financial aspects for the obvious reasons. Everybody's situation is different. Everybody's space is different. Everybody's financial movements are different. So this is by no means just a blanket recommendation, but a couple of big, large principles to keep in mind and some things we recommend to folks, again, on a very general and large scale level. First thing is, take an inventory from a financial standpoint with where things are. And that means all of your financial assets, all of your financial accounts. Make sure you have a general idea about where things are so that as you're moving on to the second big principle, that you have the adequate information for, and we highly recommend this, getting some counsel. That can be an attorney, a divorce attorney. It can be a financial advisor. It can be both. It can be additional folks who are at the table as well, perhaps a CPA or tax accountant. But we strongly recommend that folks have some level of counsel. It's a very emotional and challenging process, especially when there are children involved and you're dealing with alimony and child support numbers as well. It's very challenging and hyper emotional, very understandably so. So that's why we recommend often counsel, which can be a little bit more dispassionate, a little bit more impartial in providing advice and perhaps even some direction for what you're doing. Third big item when we're talking with folks, if you can help it, and this isn't always the case, but if you can help it, try not to make any large-scale financial decisions very quickly. As I just mentioned, it's a hyper-emotional time for all the obvious reasons. And we don't always make the best financial decisions into those hyper-emotional spaces. So if you can take a breather 6 months, 12 months, 18 months, and again, I know sometimes that's impossible for folks to do that when they're going through the stages of separation and divorce. But if you can avoid it, and I'm talking about things like selling a primary residence, buying a primary residence, moving, making large-scale, again, financial decisions, if you can avoid it, we strongly recommend that folks take their time in making those kinds of decisions. And if that involves renting or doing some short-term kinds of things, so it can allow for folks to get a little more settled with the new reality through which they're working, especially from a financial standpoint, and hopefully be able to make better decisions. Again, very challenging space. Everybody's situation is unique, but a couple of big principles to keep in mind. If you'd like to reach out to us at North Main Financial Group, perhaps you're going through separation and divorce right now. Like I said, unfortunately, we deal with it very regularly here. We would love to chat with you and to see if we might be able to be helpful to you. NorthMainFinancial.com.